welcome back to Daily Wrap. Well, we have some big news to share out of Baltimore tonight. The city's mayor, Stephanie Rawlings Blake, she's fired Police Commissioner Andy Batts. This is just hours after the city's police union releases a scathing report on the department's response to rioting there after the police custody death of Freddie Gray. Batts will be replaced on an interim basis by Deputy Commissioner Kevin Davis. So that's pretty interesting there. Let's get some quick thoughts on that. Was the right person shown the door?
It's hard to say, but one can't help but think this could be a case of blaming it on the next in line. You know, I mean, the mayor was really running the show, let's be honest.
Somebody had to be accountable, and I guess the mayor's going to fire herself, so...
Right. I think this is the fall guy. I mean, the problems were so much bigger than any one person. It was like the whole culture conspired for that mess, and I feel a lot of people were sort of sold a bill of goods that, oh, this is going to help your community, and really it was, I think, almost like self-sabotage or self-alienation. The bottom line criteria, will any of that help young African-American men in the inner city get jobs? And the answer is no.
No, homicides are up a stunning 48% over last year. Non-fatal shootings are up 86%. I mean, the numbers are remarkable. I mean, this had to happen.
That's horrifying, and I'm not entirely sure that has everything to do with Baltimore Police Department. If we're talking about the riots and how they started, I really think that Stephanie Rawlings Blake deserves a lot more blame than the police commissioner does, without any understanding of the inner workings of that situation, because we know that there was a big pullback effort, and that wouldn't have occurred in any other police department. Any police department on earth knows to address rioting the second it happens. That's an order that comes from above.
Yep, Lieutenant was only acting on the general's orders. I agree with you on that. Okay, happier times now. It's time for Yay or Nay. First up, we told you about the New Hampshire Independence Day Parade Hillary Clinton walked over the weekend, where her staff decided roping in reporters as she met with potential voters was a swell idea. Well, one picture she took with the voters causing quite a stir on the internet right now. Take a look. This was a photo of Mrs. Clinton with a tattooed man that simply read white, as in white power. It was only after the reporter pointed out said tattoo that the Hillary camp deleted the photo from her Twitter account. Should all presidential candidates, Noah, have to check body ink before shaking hands?
Well, that's a weird one. I actually feel for Hillary Clinton's team, because if you look at that image, that gentleman is an amputee. He doesn't have his right leg. So her team probably looked at that guy, saw a wounded vet, and went up to him and shook his hand. They didn't happen to know that he had that tattoo, and who knows? The guy's name could be white. Who knows? Right. But I mean, it just suggests that it's a white power symbol, and that would be unfortunate.
I just think that, again, this is why Hillary can't win no matter what she does. If she pre-screens her people attack her. Oh, you're pre-screening and selecting people, and you're being a phony baloney. And then if she goes up to somebody and shakes their hand, oh my God, look, he's got an offensive tattoo. So, it's like, you can't win.
The only thing I would say to that is if Ted Cruz did that, it's like, see, he believes in the, it's just unfair. No, it's unfair to her, it's unfair to anybody.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that to Ted Cruz. You can't know what ink of somebody you're shaking hands with. I do have to say, though, I find it highly unlikely that a white supremacist would be at a Hillary Clinton rally and happily, with a smile on his face, shaking her hand. Yeah, but Rick, so I wonder if it doesn't mean something else.
Rick, there was an ISIS flag at a gay parade in London just last week. Yeah.
Those were miniature condoms. Those weren't.
That's a very good point.
Yes,
okay. Well, Disney Studios announced yesterday that they are preparing a new Star Wars prequel. The film will focus on the life of a young Han Solo. The film is set to come out May 25th, 2018. No word on who will play the young Solo, but is there anybody out there who could actually fit the bill? Rick, this is a tough question to put you on the spot on.
I just haven't even thought about that.
Can we come back to you on that, Jane?
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of these prequels. Stop already. We can't reinvent. I saw the prequel or whatever it was, the one that should have had Mel Gibson, and it just was flat. It was like, where's Mel?
Mad Max.
Yeah.
Noah?
Rick and I are two people out of 30 in this country who don't have strong opinions on Star Wars at all.
Yeah.
So I really don't care.
But I do have strong opinions on prequels.
Okay.
Only because at Marvel, it didn't do us any harm, so be nice to prequels.
All right.
The thing is that you couldn't even predict Harrison Ford in the Han Solo role because he was nothing before that movie.
It probably will not be a known name.
It shouldn't be.
No.
Because that's an impossible place to walk into. Ben Affleck has to play Batman after Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Bad move.
Bad move.
Because you don't want somebody established, you want an unknown. Anyway, we have to leave it there. Thank you, panel. I'm Joe Conch on behalf of Rick Unger and the rest of the panel. Thank you for joining us tonight. News Backs Prime with J.D. Hayward. That's next.